Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي خلق الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن سيدنا محمد عبده ورسوله. And that is, with the name of Allah, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. All praise is due to Allah, who created the human being in the most excellent mold and form. I openly testify that there's nothing worthy of worship except for Allah, and that He is one without partners in the rule of the heavens and earth. And I bear witness that our leader, Muhammad, is His servant and messenger. May the peace and blessings be upon him. And I greet you with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome you out to the Jumah khutbah. And we ask that Allah gives us blessings and reward as He has promised us for leaving off all worldly gain and answering to the call to come to the Jumah Salat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says, Wallahu anbatakum min al-ardi min nabatin. And it is translated as, and Allah has made you grow out of the earth as a plant. And so this is a parable of the human creation and plant life. And how so? A plant is only able to come to its original, or should I say that a plant is only able to come to be a plant if its original state is in the proper environment. And the original state of a plant is a seed. And that seed contains all the necessary information needed in order for the growth and development of that plant. We don't look at the seed, most of us don't, and marvel at the seed. The seed doesn't get all the notoriety and all the attention as the plant. We see a plant and we say, oh, that's a beautiful plant. Such beautiful flowers it has produced. Or how delicious is the fruit. And it smells so good and looks so pretty. When we're eating apple pie, most of us don't envision the seed that produced the apple. All we know is, this is good. Most of us don't think, I wonder if that was a Gala, Rayburn, red, green, Arkansas black apple seed. No, all we do is just take it in. But the seed is the foundation that made that apple come to be. And the seed is like the computer code, right? We don't see the code or the lines of commands, comments, input statements, and functions. All we see is the GUI. They call it the GUI, the graphical user interface, the pretty skin, the pretty buttons, the stuff that you scroll through with your fingertips and then you press to activate a widget or an app. Like my children. They can grab my phone or my tablet and they scroll through their fingers and they get to what they want to get to and they press on it and they go to the next thing, punch, 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 punch. Most children 2 years old and older can do that. My daughter's 3. She do it. Daddy, where's your phone? Know my password. How she got it, I don't know. Get right into my phone, and she's where she wants to be. Man, imagine, though, if she had to sit there and input command lines. It wouldn't be as interesting, right? The GUI, the graphical user interface, makes it attractive. That's why we go spend $400-$500. What's in the seed is the base code for determining what type of plant will grow. Whether it will be a flowering plant that produces seeds and fruit, or a non-flowering plant. The information is in that seed. But if the seed is not in the right condition, if it's not in the right environment, it will never realize its potential as a plant. You can't sit a seed on a rock or put it in a microwave. Can't sit it on a coffee table. You'll never get your apple pie. The seed is planted in the earth, and we say Mother Earth. And it must be firmly rooted in Mother Earth in order for the growth process to take place. Because the earth is where it's going to get all of its nutrients from. The proper environment is essential for germination. And this is the process by which the plant grows from a seed. So when Allah says of the creation of man, ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُطْفًا فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Then we made him a small seed in a firm resting place. The nutfah is the zygote, or the cell that is produced when the male and female reproductive cells come together to form one cell. And that one cell is firmly fixed in the womb of mother, an environment. And the Arabic word for womb is arham. Arham comes from rahimah, and rahimah means mercy, and it also means love. So the human seed is in an environment of mercy and love. And just like the seed of the plant is in the womb of Mother Earth, getting all that it needs to begin the stages of growth that will lead to plant life, the human seed is getting all that it needs in the form of mercy and love. Now let's think about that. The earth is full of mercy and love, right? We can agree upon that because everything that we get comes from the earth. Everything. That's mercy. That's love. Allah showing his love for us. This is not a moon jacket or a moon phone. Everything we get comes from the earth. The first environment or womb is mercy and love. And that should tell us what type of environment is best for the human being to thrive in. And if Allah put us in that type of environment, which is so important to the beginning stages of life, then mercy and love is just as important in the stages of life that follow. When we come out of the womb into the womb that we find ourselves in, this environment right here is a womb. It should be full of mercy and love because this is what our Lord has communicated to us. That is a proper environment. So now we are a plant, literally, or should I say not literally, but figuratively, we are a plant in this womb or room, right? You say a classroom, you can say a classroom. It's an environment. And we are a plant. Not a teapot, a plant. In this room. But what type of womb is it? What type of environment is this? It's a word environment. And what is planted in a word environment? Words. You plant words in a word environment. So I'm speaking with my 3-year-old. She's 3 years old. And it's funny, too, because she don't say, well, Daddy, I want to talk to you. She say, I want to have a conversation. Or somebody asks her, what you doing? Well, we having a conversation. That's a pretty big word for a 3-year-old. Not just saying that because that's my daughter, but, you know, that's a... But where did she get that from? That word was planted into her. And then she reproduced that word. It came out of her. So, if we think back to this last election cycle or season, and just remind everyone that it is a cycle. It's the election cycle, election season, right? Just like we have the hurricane season, right? You might get a bad hurricane. You might get a bad tropical storm, tropical depression, right? It happens. But we don't get flustered, you know, because we know that the sun is going to come back out, right? The storm is going to pass after 4 years, inshallah, right? So anyway, during this past election cycle or season, there was vulgar language, disparaging remarks being made, offensive words being put into the environment. And you had a lot of people saying, words matter. They said, our children are listening. Words matter. And I was waiting for somebody to say, words matter because words make people. As that American Islamic scholar and pioneer for al-Islam here in America, Imam Muwaffaq Muhammad said, words make people. We are an embodiment of words. Words plant ideas. Words plant ideas in our head. The brain is a fertile ground for words. An idea or thought can be implanted